In this video, I'm gonna show you the perfect walking route to see the best of Berlin in one day. This is a tour I used to do when I was a travel guide here in Berlin, and I honestly think it's the best way to see the best of Berlin in one day. So let's head over to Alexanderplatz where our journey begins. The first thing on our route is the world clock here at Alexanderplatz. It's a clock that shows the time in 148 major cities from around the world, and it was built in 1969 by the DDR. And as you can see, it's located at Alexanderplatz, which is one of the main squares here in Berlin. And it's also a major transport hub. But today we're walking, and we're gonna walk over to the famous TV tower. I'm not gonna go up there in this video, but it is one of those must-do things in Berlin, like the Eiffel Tower in Paris or the London Eye in London. So I highly recommend it, but just remember to buy fast-track tickets because the lines can get really long. After the TV tower, we're gonna get to Rotes Rathaus, which is the city hall of Berlin, and it was built in 1861, and 50% of it was destroyed in the World War II, but it's been rebuilt, and I think it's such an amazing building. If you've ever dreamed about seeing how Berlin looked like before the war, then Nikolai Viertel is the place to go. But there's a catch. Unfortunately, this is all fake. Nikolai Viertel was the oldest part of Berlin, or I guess it still is, but unfortunately it was destroyed during the World War, so this is all fake. Nikolai Viertel, as you know it now, was actually built by the DDR in 1987 to celebrate the, I think, 750th anniversary of Berlin. So while this is what it used to look like, then it's all fake, I'm sorry, but it's still nice, and I definitely think you should make your way through here. From Nikolai Viertel, we're gonna follow the river Spree, and I guess you can see where we are heading now, right? Okay guys, as you can see right now, there's just too much stuff going on, so I can't share it all in this video because it would take ages. I'm sorry. But if you check the link in the description, then you'll find my written guide to the best things to do here in Berlin. And in that guide, I will tell you more about all the stuff that's going on around here. So with the Berliner Dom and the TV tower in the background, we're gonna cross Unter den Linden and make our way over to the next main thing to see on our route. Because we're gonna take a left here and enter Bebelplatz, which is the first of the real World War II or that era kind of things. Bebelplatz was the place where the Nazis burned over 20,000 books from primarily Jewish writers. And what you can see here is empty bookshelves to highlight what happened here. So it's not like there's a lot to see right here on Bebelplatz, but I think it's such an important place in Berlin's history that we're gonna make a small stop here, and then we're gonna continue our journey. And I wanted to show you one of the most beautiful squares of Berlin, but then it hit me that there's currently buildings going on, which hit me right there. So let's just enjoy the French and the German church here on the normally so beautiful square. But do you know what? The mood is still high because lunchtime is approaching. We're just gonna get out to Friedrichstraße and take a left, and then we're gonna get to this easy to spot German beer hall / restaurant. And actually I thought about where I should take you guys for lunch, and I thought about going to a hidden gym and an unknown cool restaurant, but then I was like, you know what, we're all tourists here, so I just wanted to take you guys to this restaurant that serves great beer and great food. And it might not be typical Berliner food. I think this place is actually Bavarian, which is the southern part of Germany, in München and those kind of places. But we're all tourists, as I said, and this place is amazing. So here you go, nice place to get some lunch. So thumbs up for Maximilian's, and oh yeah, thumbs up. And now it's time for another Cold War memorial. which is Checkpoint Charlie, and I don't really like this place. It's a bit of a tourist trap in my opinion, but it's free to come here and just have a look and get a photo, and I just think it's so funny that now there's a huge McDonald's right next to the checkpoint to enter the DDR. So yeah, not much going on here apart from a few museums, and I will link to them in the description below. We're gonna head over to a more serious part of this route now. But first we're gonna head through this Trabi world, which the Trabi was the car they used in the DDR back in the day. Another weird tourist attraction in my opinion, so we're just gonna head through here. And yes, that is the actual Berlin Wall you can see here. And the next stop on our journey here is the Topography of Terror, which is an indoor and outdoor museum that is located on the site of the Gestapo and the SS headquarters. The exhibition shows the crimes that the Nazis did, and honestly I didn't really feel like filming here, so come see it yourself. It's free to enter and I highly recommend it. And so now we're gonna head up Wilhelmstraße, and if you think that the style of the building in front of us looks familiar, then you're right. This was built in 1935 to house the German aviation ministry. And it's one of the few buildings in central Berlin that wasn't destroyed during World War II. And so now it's home to the finance ministry. So every time I walk here, I just think it's insane that this building actually survived the war and the bombings. But as we continue at Wilhelmstraße, it's soon time to see something that did not survive the bombings, or World War II in general. Now, what you want to look at is on your left hand side, you're gonna look for a place called Steel Vintage Bikes, and you're gonna look at that little passage over there. And to be honest, I wasn't sure if I wanted to incorporate this in the video, because it's not a tourist attraction and there's actually not much to see, but it is on the route, so it's in the video. So you might have guessed it, this parking lot is the site of the Führerbunker, and this board is actually the only thing that shows that. So it's not a tourist attraction, there's nothing to see, and I kinda like that. But it's on the route and now you've seen it. Literally 100, maybe 200 meters from that site is the Holocaust Memorial Site in Berlin, which is a place I think leaves an impression on every visitor, so I would actually much rather highlight this in the video than that stupid parking lot. Unfortunately there was construction going on, yeah, sorry for the bad pictures here. The next place we're gonna head to is the Brandenburg Gate, and that is literally around the corner from the Holocaust Memorial Site. I'm just coming up from the U-Bahn because I know there's a great little shop down there and there's no lines, so there's a little tip for you. If you feel like you need a drink, then head down to the shop in the U-Bahn. Brandenburg Gate, or Brandenburger Tor, is probably the most famous landmark of Berlin. And you've probably seen it both in photos from the fall of the Berlin Wall and World War II. A couple of minutes walk from the Brandenburg Gate is another building that has seen some stuff. And that is the German Parliament building. Now you can actually enter this and it's free to enter the dome, but you need to book in advance. So check the description here on YouTube and there'll be a link to how to book it. What did you think about this tour? If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you.